Before we begin, take a deep breath and remember, nothing is ever just what it seems. If you've been called to this video, it's not by accident. You are being initiated. So subscribe now, because what you're about to uncover is sacred wisdom that once shaped entire civilizations and still lives within you. Most people, when they hear the word alchemy, they think of secret laboratories, robed figures, and their dream of turning lead into gold. But that's just the surface. The real secret of alchemy has nothing to do with metal and everything to do with you. Alchemy is the science of transformation, not of things, but of being. Not of base metals, but of the human soul. So, let us go back far back before the Renaissance. Before medieval Europe and its cryptic grimoires, before the Emerald Tablet was even whispered into the minds of mystics. Let's return to Egypt. It was there, in the land of Kemet, that the ancient priests preserved something so powerful it had to be hidden in symbols. They called it the Great Work. And it was never about gold, the real lead. It was your unconscious self, your shadow, your fears, your ego. And the real gold was the awakened soul, the fully illuminated being, the one who has remembered who and what they truly are. This is why the Hermetic motto says, as above, so below, as within, so without. Because alchemy isn't about chemistry. It's about correspondence, transformation, illumination. Now, picture the alchemist not as a man in a dark chamber, but as a spiritual initiate, engaged in the deepest quest of all to take the chaos within and transmute it into divine order to turn the base impulses of fear, lust, greed, and ignorance into wisdom, love, compassion, and truth. This is the magnum opus. The great work is done in stages, and each stage is both physical and spiritual. Let's walk through them. 1. The Gredo, the blackening. This is the beginning. The death, the breakdown. You must confront your shadow, your pain, your suppressed emotions, and toxic patterns. In ancient texts, this was symbolized by decay and rot. It is the psychological dark night of the soul. You feel lost, disconnected, empty. But this is necessary, because before gold can shine, the old self must be burned away. 2. Albedo, the whitening after the death, comes purification. This is the stage of inner cleansing. Old beliefs are washed away. Clarity begins to emerge. The alchemist learns detachment, presence, stillness. It is here that you begin to remember that you are not your pain. You are not your past. You are not your thoughts. You are something far greater. 3. Citronitis, the yellowing rarely discussed, but crucial. This is the dawning of illumination. The light of the soul begins to awaken. Spiritual insight floods in. Dreams intensify. Synchronicities multiply. You no longer seek truth outside of you, because you've discovered it's always been within. You are becoming the philosopher's stone itself. 4. Rubedo, the reddening, the final stage, the union of opposites, the marriage of spirit and matter, heaven and earth, masculine and feminine. You're no longer at war with yourself. The fragmented pieces come together. This is wholeness. This is the true gold. It is not something you hold in your hand. It is something that lives in your heart. So, why the metaphor of turning lead into gold? Because it hides the truth in plain sight. The alchemists knew if they spoke too directly, they'd be persecuted. So they wrote in riddles, symbols, codes, but those with the eyes to see, those with the inner fire awakened, could decode the truth. Lead equals the ego. Gold equals the soul. And what about the philosopher's stone? It's not a rock. It's not an object. It's a state of being. It is the awakened self. The inner crystal. The eternal flame that cannot be extinguished. It is you. Once you have completed the great work, now, here's what they never told you. Alchemy didn't start in Europe. It didn't even start with Egypt. It goes further back into Atlantean. Memory, Lemurian light temples, and star wisdom brought to Earth by cosmic beings. The Emerald Tablet. It's a remnant. A shard of a much older teaching. The one thing it speaks of is consciousness itself, the source of all creation, the force behind all form, the field from which matter emerges and returns. Alchemy was the original science of vibration, frequency, and mind, long before modern quantum physics began catching up. Let's pause for a moment. Have you ever felt like something deep inside you is sleeping? Like you were meant for more, but can't quite grasp it? That's the call to the great work. The invitation to remember, to awaken, to transmute. You don't need a lab. You don't need chemicals. All you need is this. Courage to face your shadow, to let go of who you thought you were, to embrace the fire of transformation. There is a fire within you older than time. It is the gold the world cannot see, but the soul never forgets. And once it's awakened, you become the alchemist, the master of your inner reality, the builder of your own sacred temple. You become the philosopher's stone. So the next time someone tells you alchemy is about turning lead into gold, smile, because you now know the truth. It was never about gold. It was never about lead. It was always about you. And the great work has already begun. If this knowledge resonates, if you're ready to reclaim the forgotten power within you, then subscribe now. Because what comes next goes even deeper. Until then, remember, the world outside you is a mirror, and within that mirror lies the key to eternity.